Right, so it's been about 2 days since Fable 5 was released. I didn't want to make a video like right away because it's not actually that clear whenever there's a new model now what big jump it can do. Like with Opus 4 and Opus 4.5, there's like a clear differentiation between like, okay, now I can let it handle everything without me checking every single one of its outputs. But with Fable and Mythos, after trying it out for a couple of days, I guess 2 days to be exact, there's not that much. There's not that much difference I feel when working with it. It just feels like a slightly better opus. There's no like game changing. Like if you go on YouTube, you would think that it's literally breaking the internet. Like if you went on YouTube and searched Fable 5, you would think it's literally the best thing ever. It's gonna change everything. Software engineering is dead. But it's just a slightly better opus. Um, the only thing I am not a big fan of, and I think you probably, if you were on YouTube searching for Fable 5 as well, you would have already seen this. Where is it? So this is the thing I think you probably already know about. So it's only available until today to, or I guess 2 days ago to June 22nd. So I've been thinking about what I will do once they only have it for usage credits. I think I will actually just stick to Opus 4.8. I think the only, I think the only like disadvantage to me would be that in my head I would be like, I could have maybe Fable 5 could have solved this where Opus 4.8 didn't solve it, but like most of the times I don't think I would notice it that much. Like I mean, there's I know I say this, but then there's gonna be some crazy person in the comments going like, "Oh, you should try DeepSeek V4. There, you should try Kimi K2.6. You could try this open source model." I've already tried them. They don't have the same capability as any of the like state of the art models, like GPT 5.5. I'll give it credit. It's pretty much equivalent to Opus 4.8, except for the UI part. But yeah. So some of the things I've done with some of the things I've done with this. So I tried making. So I had this product called Animake AI, which is like an AI ad generator. And I had this thing here called Agent Flow. So hey there. And you can also like queue up messages, and then you can like kind of close this tab and then come back to stuff already done, stuff like that. So I want to implement that in Frame Call, which is another one of my products. Which is like an AI video generator, but not the type of video generator you're thinking about. It's more like you write stuff, so basically prompt it. So like let's say, let's go to create. So the prompt would be something like this. So create a 15-second walkthrough for a task app. I show the user workflow, blah, blah, blah. And I did a test with this in case you're curious. It's in my other site. I just have a lot of sites. Um, so I guess believe me a little bit when I say it's not that big of a difference. So I made like a video benchmark for, here we go. So this is like the AI video generation benchmark. You might have also heard of the Pelican benchmark. There's like UI design benchmarks. This is kind of in the same vein. And what this shows is actually that Fable 5 is still not the best model in terms of creativity and like design and stuff. I think that for that, Gemini 3.1 Pro is actually still the best one, not the 3.5 Flash. That's actually worse, even though Google would say it's better. But just for example, so let's go through some of these. So this is like a pretty clear example of what Fable 5 is uh, capable of compared to Opus 4.8. So Gemini 3.1 Pro, I think this one is actually not that big of a, it's not that big of a video. Let's go with this one. So this is a for a this is a prompt for like a random video. So this is actually from Gemini 3.1 Pro preview. So let's actually now compare this with Fable 5. By the way, this whole page I created with Fable. So yeah. You can see how it looks like. So yeah, so this it's pretty close, but I would still give it to Gemini 3.1 Pro Preview. Although this one does have a bit of a more punchier copy at the beginning, but this thing like the two cursors thing, yeah, I would say still Gemini 3.1 Pro Preview beats that one. So that's for the SaaS product announcement video. I kind of also want to do like a Claude code harness subagents video. Is that what it's called? Like a cowboy. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about here. Okay, this guy I remember
So I don't know
he
what's
was
going on
trying
up
to
here, but I
create this. Is it here? No, it's not here. There was a video. If you're deep into AI announcement and stuff, there was this video with like a Claude agent like trying to do a cowboy wrangling of sub agent thing. I want to try that with this, see how far it gets. But this is another one. So this is like a Instagram type video for like a hypothetical earbuds. Yeah. So this is Gemini 3.1 and Fable 5. You can see the design is better here. Also, the way it comes in is actually really good. So look at this. So it's like kind of like this, you know? I don't know if you can see it pretty clearly. Like, let me try again. Yeah. This one is just like kind of fade in, but this one is like kind of more animation, more stuff. Um, yeah, I prefer it, but they're still pretty close, honestly. Let's do another one with the app walkthrough. So this is for another hypothetical app that kind of, I guess, reminds you of um, any upcoming meetings and stuff. It's pretty clear what is going on here. Honestly, actually, now that I'm looking at it again, this one, maybe I prefer the Fable one here. So this is a Fable one. And yeah, maybe for this one, I prefer the Fable one. Because I noticed a little bit of a snafu with the Gemini one. Like here, yeah, there's like a cut off here, so that's kind of bad. But this one did it pretty well, so maybe here I would have to give it to Fable. But yeah, you can see it's right now I would say it is the best model, but honestly for like day-to-day work, um, you're gonna be fine with Opus 4.8. So if you have like a very, I would say where Fable 5 would shine is when you have a task that is like a day or two long, right? So if you're doing tickets or like if you're just adding a new feature, it's probably going to take you, let's say, a couple of hours. That it can, like Opus 4.8 is great at that. Fable is also still great at that, but it's not like dramatically great at that. So it just makes sense to just go with 4.8. Right now, I just use Fable because it's like I have access to it. Why not use the best model, right? But I don't think I'm going to be paying usage credits. Are you crazy that I'm going to be paying like 10,000 a month or something crazy like that? Um, so yeah, in the next, I guess, 2 weeks, just get out all of your big tasks, start all the sub agents you can, maybe even buy like, I don't know, like two or three extra subscriptions on the Claude Max plan. So you can do all of your like big workflows and then big reviews, all that stuff like done now instead of later when it's going to cost you way more than the cost of a single Claude Max subscription. Um, so yeah, that is one. I actually also, because it's so hard to figure out what it is I did. Let's see. Oh yeah, I also made like this Chrome extension for downloading things from ad library. So maybe you can check that out. So this is a recent one I made. So all this the extension does is like it allows you to download uh, stuff from the Facebook ad library. And I actually don't know how to make extensions. This is all the model. But honestly, I think Opus 4.8 would have been pretty okay at this. I think a lot of the testing part, it got very confused at before. So maybe where that's something it could have been worse at. But yeah, so this just downloads it here, and we can just see it there. So it's just like, yeah,
Pick my
it
keepers.
downloads everything, and then also it downloads like a meta JSON, which has all the information there. So yeah, pretty cool stuff. I saw this as like I saw this going up, and I wanted to make it extension that I can kind of plug my own another site for. So I was like, might as well. And yeah, so this I'm trying to implement it here in frame call. Is it this thing? This was Opus 4.8, I think. Oh no, this is GPT. Kind of crazy. Uh, but yeah, I think there's no like big bombastic change that's gonna happen because of Fable 5. All these videos that you're seeing, like this one, like UI one shots, like yeah, Opus could do it. It doesn't really matter what freaking it doesn't really matter what it can one shot, man. Like nobody's like if you're just all you're doing is one shotting stuff, your product is horse crap. Like it doesn't matter anything that you're building if it can be one shot by an LLM. Like that's not the thing you should be focusing on. You should be focusing on the fact that it can do incremental things, but it will do it in such a way that you can just leave it like that one small feature. It can just leave it, and hopefully it does it in a perfect way. Open source 4.8 is like I would say like 60%. I would trust it to implement a feature like end to end. Fable, I would give it a score of I don't know like 75%. I would trust it from end to end. But there's still the normal stuff. Like let me see what I had. Was this with Fable? No, this was Opus. And like look at stuff like this. Like this would not have like Fable would not have done anything better here. Like there's nothing something there's just nothing you can do to make it better except maybe like if it spawned like I don't know like a fucking 100 sub agents that went on and looked through everything about what this niche is about, and then came back to me with like the customer specific language and all that stuff. But other than that, like it's not gonna do that much. Like this one was like pretty simple bug. This one is I guess this one I guess I would need Fable for. Otherwise, it would probably take too much time on Opus 4.8 for me to just prompt like every single feature. Because you can look at it. So it's a pretty big feature. Oh yeah, I think it's here. So yes, I'm going from like just you prompt it and then it comes back. So if for some reason you close the tab, the state is all gone. So instead, it needs to do all this stuff. And for this, like Fable is probably really good because like Opus would just get its context blown out, and then even Opus doing subagents with other Opus would get its context blown out. It's just too much in one thing. But I think Fable can probably handle this one. But other than that, let's see, Mesmer tools, add library extension audit. Like this is not that hard. It's not that hard. Um, yeah, I think just don't take all this hype into account. Once June 22 rolls around, you can just go back to using Opus 4.8. Maybe they'll even release like Opus 4.9, which is going to be even a little bit more intelligent than Opus 4.8. Maybe in my next test, I will also do like a landing page review of the like what it can one shot. So as a good like way to compare against, I have this site called Slopmog, which is like a AI Reddit. Oh my god, everything I do right now is AI, so it's kind of funny. Um, so it's just like a recommendation thing. So if somebody asks a question on Reddit, you'd be like, "Oh, actually, maybe you should try this product." You probably are kind of annoyed about all that, but I mean, people are making money from it, so why not me? We only have 12 days to go until the permanent underclass, or so do some people say. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna wrap this video up here. Otherwise, I'm gonna be rambling for another 15 minutes or so. So yeah, so see you in the next one. Bye.